Welcome to the Elon Musk Signal channel. On Thursday, June 6th, the latest iteration of the Starship, breaking all previous records, successfully completed both its flight and landing journey. SpaceX has demonstrated that all the improvements to the rocket propulsion were worthwhile. This success is truly impressive, not just for the entire aerospace industry, but even causing NASA itself to be astonished. With each test, SpaceX achieves new milestones. So what discussions have experts had about this significant event? And how will this success impact the Artemis 3 mission? Let's explore right in this video. The Starship, this monster rocket known as the Super Heavy Lift rocket, is the largest and most powerful rocket ever built. Its ultimate goal is to transport humans between Earth, the Moon, and even Mars. And SpaceX has stunned the world with the unexpectedly successful test flight of the Starship. This is the result of millions of dollars in investment from NASA, aiming to create a commercial rocket capable of safely transporting space travelers to the Moon by 2026. These are the most monumental moments of this mission. At moment 32, the colossal thrust of the Starship's 32 engines simultaneously ignited, creating a breathtaking scene as the rocket took off. Just 3 minutes later, the main body of the Starship separated from the main booster, beginning its journey on its own orbit. At 4 minutes and 10 seconds, the main booster executed a spectacular deceleration before detaching from the spacecraft as planned. Approximately 7 minutes and 20 seconds after launch, this section safely landed in the Gulf of Mexico. All 6 engines of the Starship operated at full power, successfully propelling the spacecraft into Earth's orbit after 45 minutes and 49 seconds. Starship 29 crossed the Kármán line, the boundary between Earth's atmosphere and outer space, at an altitude of 100 kilometers, traveling at 5 times the speed of sound. As it passed through Earth's atmosphere, plasma began to form around the spacecraft. Nearly 3 minutes later, the Starship faced its highest temperature challenge, resulting in minor damage to one of its control fins during landing. Despite the minor incident with the control fin, the Starship test flight was still hailed as a resounding success. Despite encountering issues with some heat shields and a damaged control fin, the Starship remained undeterred. This courageous spacecraft performed a burn to safely land in the sea. SpaceX's recent test flight of the Starship has made a significant impact in the aerospace industry. NASA Administrator Bill Nelson couldn't contain his excitement as he shared his thoughts immediately following this impressive success. Congratulations, SpaceX, on Starship's successful test flight this morning. We are another step closer to returning humanity to the Moon through Artemis, then looking onward to Mars. For Artemis 3, the project to return Americans to the Moon for the first time since 1972, this is a crucial turning point. As the primary sponsor and strategic partner of the Starship program, NASA is extremely pleased with what SpaceX has achieved in the 4th test flight. The remarkable reusability of this gigantic rocket has been excellently demonstrated, playing a pivotal role in the success of Artemis 3. Not only its astonishing power, but also its reusability is the key factor enabling Starship to conquer the skies. Reusing components not only saves costs, but also allows for rapid rocket production, meeting NASA's timely demands. In the latest test flight, Starship faced a formidable challenge, peak temperatures reaching nearly 1,430 degrees Celsius. To test the spacecraft's heat resistance, SpaceX proactively removed some heat shields and replaced them with thinner ones. The purpose was to measure the actual temperatures at these locations and evaluate the effectiveness of different thermal protection methods. In the 4th test flight, Starship was enveloped by about 18,000 hexagonal ceramic heat shields, allowing it to withstand the rigors of atmospheric re-entry with resilience. NASA's primary concern in the 4th Starship launch was the performance of the Raptor engines. This test flight demonstrated the ability to replicate the impressive achievements of the 2 previous launches. Lisa Watson-Morgan, NASA's Landing Systems Director, shared for us the most important thing is that all Raptor engines on Booster 11 operated successfully and achieved the main phase. The consistent performance of the Raptor engines across test flights will be a great signal that SpaceX and NASA are on the right track to implement necessary upgrades for the Moon landing mission. According to Morgan, the success of the hot staging process and the activation of Raptor engines on spacecraft 29 after the 4th test flight are crucial. In subsequent tests, SpaceX may attempt to restart the Raptor engines on the Starship. This capability is pivotal for future generations of Starship, enabling them to depart Earth's orbit, land on the Moon, or even take off again from its surface. The successes of Starship are gradually reinforcing confidence in NASA's mission to return humans to the Moon. The latest test flight has demonstrated the impressive capabilities of the Raptor engines, promising a bright future for upcoming space exploration missions. In the future, with the ability to restart Raptor engines in orbit, Starship will become more flexible, capable of hovering for hours, even daily or weekly to deploy satellites or refuel for further journeys. While this time Starship safely landed in the Gulf of Mexico, SpaceX is aiming for a more ambitious goal to bring the Super Heavy booster back to the launch site in Texas as soon as the upcoming 5th test flight. Compared to spacecraft landing, this is a more complex challenge due to the harsh atmospheric re-entry conditions from orbit. However, Elon Musk believes SpaceX can begin landing the booster in Texas next year, based on the recent successful test flight. The significance of Starship doesn't stop there. Since Elon Musk introduced the initial concept, he has aimed to turn it into a vehicle for transporting humans to Mars. Starship is expected to elevate humanity to new heights, becoming settlers of various planets. This has long been Elon Musk's burning ambition, and Starship is the key to turning that dream into reality. SpaceX has previously astounded the world with the Falcon 9 rocket's ability to reuse the main thrust. However, Falcon 9 can only reuse the first stage and satellite protective shell, with turnaround times taking up to several weeks. Starship, on the other hand, is entirely different. It's a revolution in space travel. The standout feature of Starship is the launch tower with 2 giant chopsticks they not only catch the Super Heavy booster when it lands back at the launch site, but can also stack a landed Starship onto the Super Heavy to prepare for the next flight. This is a significant leap forward from traditional landing leg designs. Unlike previous test flights, focusing on safely returning both Starship tiers to Earth, last Thursday's 4th test flight achieved remarkable milestones. In the 3 previous attempts, both the Super Heavy booster and the Starship spacecraft encountered issues before achieving their objectives. However, after each setback, SpaceX actively upgraded hardware and software, leading to a significant breakthrough in the 3rd test flight. The upper stage of the Starship flew into space, orbited the Earth, and began a planned descent towards the Indian Ocean before rupturing in the upper atmosphere. The Super Heavy booster also flew back towards the lower atmosphere over the Gulf of Mexico before losing control. Nevertheless, SpaceX still considers this an overall success and continues to improve for the 4th test flight. SpaceX's philosophy is to fly often, learn from mistakes, and fly again. However, NASA will require a successful series of flights before putting astronauts on board. This successful test flight promises to pave the way for a new era where humans not only set foot on the Moon but also venture even further. What are you looking forward to next? Leave a comment. Thank you for watching the entire video. Don't forget to like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel for continuous updates on interesting information. Goodbye and see you in the next video.